From high atop Robinson Manor, live out of West Palm Beach, Florida, this is the Jake Robinson Sports Experience. It's your boy, Jake the Snake Robinson, and I am just, I told you, I am high atop Robinson Manor. I'm looking out over the beautiful Florida night. It is just amazing. I can see the Atlantic Ocean in the distance, and there is nothing like staring at the ocean and delivering baseball news to you, the greatest fans in the world. It's the Jake Robinson Sports Experience, exclusively on the Let's Talk Baseball Podcast Network. And look, the hot stove is starting to warm up a little bit. I mean, not a lot, but just a little bit. It's starting to get a little simmer to it. We're going to cover all the things that happened since January 1st, the last podcast I gave to you guys. We got a little bit of Twins here, Padres, Nats, Cubs, Astros, you name it. I got it. I'm like the guy that sits out 3 o'clock in the morning, doling out red tops. But I'm like doling out baseball in my red tops. And them dudes got garbage around the way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the man, and I know I'm the man. And that's all there is to it. Jake the Snake Robinson on the Jake Robinson Sports Experience. Hello, everybody. And I gotta tell you, I just can't believe the amazing scene that I'm looking at right now. High atop Robinson Manor, live out of West Palm Beach, Florida. And I am truly doing what I love to do, and that is talk about baseball 24/7. And I got a great fan base. You guys are intelligent. You guys are, above average when it comes to the normal baseball fan. And I appreciate that. Also on the show today, we got the Hall of Fame Special Edition. We put out on the Let's Talk Baseball fan page, we put out a ballot of this year's Hall of Fame eligible players. We got a great response. And we got a couple guys going into the Hall of Fame, the 2017 Let's Talk Baseball inaugural Hall of Fame Class Edition. And at the end of the show, I'll be announcing that. And I was kind of surprised. But you know what? I shouldn't be surprised, because there is nothing but stinking baseball geniuses all over this page. I mean, wow. It is amazing. And I got to tell you, I am just truly impressed with a lot of the comments and a lot of the posts that I see on the Let's Talk Baseball fan page. And I tell you, I was kind of shocked, but now that I look back on these numbers, I really should not be shocked. So we'll get into that, a little bit of Hall of Fame voting. We'll do that towards the end. And look, let's take a little trip around the league, won't we? Let's start on the West Coast. A little San Diego action. These San Diego Padres, they've kind of had a busy week. They agreed to terms with right-handed relief pitcher Craig Stammen. He played for them last year, but he was absolutely atrocious in April. He was able to turn that around, though. I mean, in April, he could not throw strikes, and when he did, they were just getting blasted all over Petco. So he turned his season around. He finished up with a 3.14 ERA in 80 1/3 innings. And to make room for Stammen on their 40-man roster, the Padres designated infielder Jose Rondon for assignment. Now, the Friars also signed a Japanese pitcher. It kind of went under the radar. I didn't see many people talk about it. I didn't see MLB Network talk about it. But the San Diego Padres, who had a busy offseason, I mean, they're making offers to Eric Hosmer. They are serious. They also signed submarine throwing right-hander Kazuhisa Makita to a 2-year contract on Saturday. Makita pitched the past 7 seasons for the Seibu Lions in the Japanese Pacific League. During that span, Makita posted a 53-49 record and a 2.83 ERA in 921 1/3 innings. He's 33 years old, began his career as a starter, but he transitioned himself to a full-time reliever role in 2016. Now, look, In 2016, he went 7-1 with a 1.60 and 78 2/3 innings. And last year, he went 3-3 with a 2.30 and 62 2/3 innings. The San Diego Padres have not confirmed a dollar amount, but MLB Network insider John Heyman has the deal at around $4 million. So with two moves, the San Diego Padres fortify their bullpen. Now, this Japanese guy, it cost him $500,000 in posting fees just to be able to talk to him. And I told you, with these new international rules, it's a lot cheaper to get these players from Japan now. You still got to pay that posting fee, but you can sign these guys to minor league contracts and be done with it and have control over them for 6 years. So we'll see how Makita winds up in San Diego. Now, the Padres have had a very busy week. And I've been impressed with the job that GM AJ Preller has done in this offseason. Like I said, they have not played the role of the woe is me San Diego Padres. They've been aggressively pursuing Eric Hosmer, which to me makes no sense whatsoever for Eric Hosmer to play in San Diego. But I have to give the San Diego Padres credit. They have made an effort to field a major league team this year, and that hasn't been the case always with the San Diego Padres. Now, they also dealt infielder Yannervis Solarte to Toronto for minor league outfielders Edwin Olivares and right-hand pitching prospect Jared Korkuff. And if you remember a couple weeks ago, Mike Franks out of Central Pennsylvania, he asked me who I thought the Pirates should go after at third base. And in a perfect world, I would say Manny Machado. When's the last time the Giants hired a big-time player in that city? I can't even think of it. Me and the head were trying to figure it out, and it might be, Kenny Lofton? I can't remember the last time the Pirates went out and aggressively got a big bat that can turn things around, or a big arm. Either way. Really? What is that? It's like a thrift store over there, like Sunny Surplus or something. What's going on in Pittsburgh? So in a perfect world, you would want them to go after a Manny Machado type or a Moustakas type. But we live in the reality, in the real world. And I told you that they should go after Yannervis Solarte. It wasn't going to cost you much. He doesn't cost much, and he's controllable. Now, the switch-hitting cousin of former Astros player Roger Cedeno has seen his game progress in the last 3 years. While playing in San Diego, originally started with the New York Yankees, they moved him to San Diego. Last year, he hit .255 with 18 home runs and 64 RBIs. So he's going to go to Toronto. That's going to give them infield depth, and specifically at the third base position. So now this begs to ask the question, what's going to happen with Josh Donaldson? Do the Toronto Blue Jays believe that they are in the mix when it comes to the AL wild card race? Because I got to think that if they do feel that way, they only feel that way because Josh Donaldson is in their lineup. Now, look, things could go sideways for them real quick. You got those two big animals up there in Boston and New York. They're expected to run through the American League East. Now, Toronto can stay close. I don't think they'll move Josh Donaldson. In fact, I think they'll go for it. But I can see a situation where the wheels come off of that train and things go a little sideways, and Toronto is going to be sellers by July. And they will be able to put Solarte right there in that third base position. And let's not forget that Vladimir Guerrero, the fourth-ranked overall prospect in Major League Baseball, plays third base and is in the Toronto Blue Jays farm system right now. So there are many ways that you can look at this Solarte deal. And if you ask me, I think that the Blue Jays Not that they're hedging their bets, but I think that they are preparing themselves for the worst. They're hoping for the best, and they're preparing for the worst. Now, I told you they dealt out minor league outfielder Edwin Olivares to the Padres. Sent him last year. Olivares and lower A ball. He had 269 with 17 home runs, 72 ribs in 120 games. The other prospect in that deal, Jared Korkiff, was a 24-year-old right-handed pitcher from Tennessee. He's out of Austin Peay State University. Now, he spent the year going between AA and AAA all year, and he went 3-4 with a 3.86 ERA in 34 games out of the Bully. In 63 innings pitched, he recorded 51 Ks and a 1.17 WHIP. So the Padres continue to load up on prospects, and they have, like I said last week, they have quite a few high-ceiling prospects, and they're probably going to be pretty good. A few of them are probably going to be pretty good ball players. Now, a few of them will fall on their face. I mean, they are loaded, so you got to think some of them will succeed, some of them will fail. But here's the thing. The Padres are still probably 2 years away from seeing the results of having these high-end prospects. They might have a few come up this summer for the team, but most of them, the Fernando Tatis Jr.'s and that class of prospects, they're still 2 years away. And which is another reason why it just doesn't make sense to me for Eric Hosmer to go to San Diego. You're going to spend at least 1 year of losing baseball, probably 2. And, there goes 2 years of your contract. Now, they've offered him, what was it? It was a 5-year deal, $100 million, $7-year deal, $140 million. Now, that's still going to give you 5 years, but on the back end of those 5, you got to look at decline. And also, I just do not see a great fit for Eric Hosmer at San Diego. Now, the Kansas City Royals turned around and they offered him 5 years at $147 million. So they 7 years at $147 million. So basically, the Royals upped their deal. They upped the Padres deal by $1 million a year. And I know some Royal fans are like, look, we love the guy, but we don't feel like he's the perfect leader for a young team. And especially for that price tag. And I can understand that. But I'm going to tell you something. I don't think that this deal gets it done for Hosmer in Kansas City. And if that's the case, I think it's a good thing. Because I think Kansas City can say to their fan base, look, we did everything that we could to keep this guy. And he chose to go somewhere else. They certainly made him a fair deal. So it remains to be seen how that's all going to shake out. But I do like that the San Diego Padres are trying to be competitive. And like I said last week, they are the diabolical opposites of the San Francisco Giants. The Giants who have loads and loads of cash laying around and no prospects. And the Padres who have no cash laying around but have a load of prospects. So the NL West is going to be really, really interesting. I like what the Colorado Rockies have done to their bullpen. And the Dodgers are still making moves. And, they cleared up a lot of cash in the Matt Kemp trade. So, and with the Giants trying to get by everybody but coming away with nothing, and the Padres trying to prepare themselves for life and I got to tell you, look, I truly believe that if the San Diego